Okay, and welcome back to the semi-BLITA or BLITA semi-tutorial, and I'm still Cody. This is part 4, and in part 4 I'm going to show you how to um, remove noise from your recording. And first of all, we have to record something, so my advice to you guys, whenever you're recording your own voice, when you first start to record, give it a couple of seconds in complete without you saying anything. So as close to complete silence as you can. And you'll see the reason why in a second. Okay, and then, just a second or two is totally enough. And I'll explain to you why we do that right now. So let me stop the recording and we'll look at the entire project. Now, when you look at this, okay, this black line is 0, okay? And anytime the waveform or the blue lines are away from the 0, that means that there's some sort of sound coming out of, the speakers when you listen to it or your headphones or whatever. So even though the line is pretty much flat for the most part in this first segment here, when I wasn't talking, the line still isn't on 0. So that means that there's some kind of a noise, and it's usually in my case, it's from my cheap ass microphone, and someday I'll get a nice one, but this microphone's a piece of crap, and whatever. But it works good for what I need it for, anyways, at least for right now. But this is microphone hum basically for me here, and the way we get rid of this so that you get a nice, cleaner, crisper sound, and like it also helps like eliminate like if you have like a fan running in the background, or like in situations where there's like wind sometimes or like other weird background noises, this this process can help you out. But really, it's not too extensive, and if you overuse it, it'll really distort what you're trying to do as well. So really, it's ideal that when you record in some place without too much background noise, unless for some reason you want that ambient background noise. Like if you want to record outside and have the birds chirping and stuff, then then you can do that. But at least for like a semi-studio sound or an imitated studio sound, this is what you need to do. First things first is you highlight a chunk of silence, and you do that by going to the selector tool first and then clicking and dragging, and you can highlight a section of silence. Okay, and now what we want to do is we want to tell Audacity what the noise sounds like. So you go to Effect, go down to Noise Removal, and the first thing you have to do is get Noise Profile, which all that means is you're identifying what the noise is. Okay, and then if you double click with the selection tool, it'll select the entire sample that you have recorded. So just double click and you have the whole thing selected. Go back to Effect, down to Noise Removal, and then click OK. Actually, before you click OK, these are the settings that I use, and you can change them for your different needs. But with these settings, 16, 150, and 0.03, I get a pretty good result. And like I said, you can fool around with it if you want, but I kind of just gave up on it because you end up like really distorting it sometimes, and whatever. That's just my suggestion. But anyways, select the entire segment after you get the noise profile, and then go ahead and click OK. See, now that line's closer to 0 here, and what sounded like a hissing sound kind of before turns into this, which is pretty much nothing. And hopefully you'll be able to hear the difference coming through on the tutorial, but take my word for it, this is a very important step, especially if you're going to use the levelator. Okay, and then just a second or two is totally enough.